What's up, YouTube and SMITE Pro League fans? Wraithyn here. I am back with yet another week of voting in the SPL. We've had a lot of major changes, some roster swaps this week, some crazy stuff going on with the different teams. So I'm going to break down for you my votes. I think I've been highly optimistic in the past about some teams that some of my friends are on. We're going to take a more realistic look this week into the games that we have coming up. We got 6 games this week, 2 today, Friday, 2 tomorrow on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday. We're going to look at the different matchups, look at the different teams, how they performed in the past, and where we think they're going to end up today. First off, starting off, Sanguine versus E United. This is a no-brainer. Sanguine has been on fire. Everything that I thought would transpire with them has not. They have responded to the challenge of the SPL with flying colors. I think they're one of the most glued together teams of people that are excited to play that I've ever seen. I give them total credit here. I think they wiped the floor with E United, especially since E United now has a new support player. He's going to be playing out of the EU for these games because remember, they're online. They're not at LAN. So I don't know if I'd really want my support player playing on 150 ping, but I guess E United's going to give it a shot, and it was better than having Ionic there, so we'll see. Next up, Space Station Gaming versus Obey Alliance. Many of you guys know, based on last night's comments on his stream, this is Kurt Schrey's last game in the SPL for this season. We may see a return next year if he decides he wants to get back into competitive, but he's decided to step away. I don't think that's a good sign. Knowing him, does that mean his heart's going to be in it this last game? Who knows? I love Kurt, right? Guy's one of my best friends. I love that team. I think they have a ton of potential, but I think with the roster in flux, they're going to go down to Space Station out of the gate. The next one up, Ghost Gaming versus Team Rival. This actually, I think, is a lot closer than people are voting. I think, you know, Ghost has been performing extremely well. Rival's been kind of kicking it up a notch. I think they had a slow start to their season, was getting used to some roster changes and role changes. I'm still going to give this one to Ghost Gaming, but I think out of all of them, it's probably the Knights versus Renegades and Ghost versus Rival are going to be the 2 closest games of the weekend, I think. Next up is the Pittsburgh Knights versus the Renegades. You know, the Knights put on a good showing last week against Rival. They lost the set 2-1. I think everybody was performing well. You know, Rival kind of just edged them out in the end. That said, the Renegades, I think, are starting to come together and gel as a team. You know, they kind of had a rough week last week, going down 2-1 to Sanguine, but they held their own for all 3 of those games. I'm going to give it to the Renegades here. I'm a Knights guy myself. I'm a big Knights fan. I'm going to root for the Knights. But I think, you know, the practical side of me wants to say that the Renegades might edge them out here. I think everybody's instincts are correct. But this, I think, this is your match of the week right here. I think this is going to be a barn burner. I think it's going to be close. I think it'll go 3 games. So we'll see. Next up is E United versus Space Station. Space Station have been looking good lately. You know, they held their own against I mean, I called them Ghost earlier, but they held their own against Radiance last week. They went down 2-0, but you know, I thought that they came out with a strong performance. They've been playing well. They're a decent team. They've got a lot of good players. Again, I think because of all the flux with Ionic leaving, Genetics joining, that team has a little bit of work to do to get together and play well together. So I'm going to give it up to Space Station on this one. And then lastly, Knights versus Sanguine. Sanguine's going into a doubleheader this weekend. I think it's the first time we've seen them be asked to perform twice in the same week, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, they did it last week too. Jeez, they're getting screwed by the schedule. But this was a tough one, right? Because again, I'm a Knights guy. I love those guys. I think they're playing extremely well. But Sanguine has just been unstoppable and on fire. You know, do I see an upset potential here? I do, but you know, with the way that Sanguine's been playing, I think you'd be dumb to vote against them. I'm gonna go the Knights just to pick one underdog of the week. Feels like, you know, I can't just follow the votes of everybody else. But I'm definitely gonna root for the Knights in this one, and we'll see if they can topple what I consider to be you know, at least a second place team. I think you know, we're gonna have to wait until May to see Sanguine and Ghost Gaming go at it, but you know, I think the Knights have a shot of edging him out, so we'll see. That's it for me, guys. This is a really quick video just to kind of go over these. I'm rushing this out the door. It's 11 o'clock right now, so there's, you know what, less than 4 hours to till game time. I don't think I'll be streaming the games today. If I do, it'll be a partial stream, but we'll be watching these live on my Twitch channel, doing some base level commentary. I think a lot of the broadcasts out there and watch parties with pro players are very high level, like really intricate commentary, and I'm gonna try and like bring it down a level to the newer players. So hope to see you guys there. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next prediction video where I'm completely wrong again. Thanks, guys.